Hello, it's me James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build this super OP gold/XP farm in 100% survival. This thing right here is so OP. I've had to adjust the system a little bit. I've made it so it has a couple less lighting systems. And to top it off, because of how OP this farm is, it literally requires 2 Trident killers. In addition to that, we've got 2 sorting systems and 2 furnace systems as well. So everything you can see right here, I am going to show you how to build. However, at some point, I'm definitely going to have to expand this, but this is definitely a really good start to have. So, let me show you how to build it. The items that you are going to need to build this system are as followed. In this chest, you are going to be able to build the gold farm. You're going to be able to build 2 item sorters, 2 Trident killers, and 2 furnace systems. That is everything that you are going to need. I would say, for how OP this gold farm is, this is actually pretty resource friendly. I would also say it would be a good idea to bring yourself a locator map. A reason being is because we need to place our portals in the right position. Our pigmen are going to be coming out of the portals southwards. So if you just look at this little thing here that I've made, you can see if we imagine the pathland as the portals, this is going to be our collection system. So on the map, it shows up really nicely for you guys. You can see that the collection system for me is south facing. Now, not only is the direction of the portals important, we need to make sure that they are the right distance apart. So as I said, if we imagine that this pathland is our portal, you can see here, I'm going to build 123 by 23 portal here. I'm going to have a 3 gap, so 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to build another 23 by 23 portal. That will be the second one. And then this time, I'm just going to have a 2 gap, so 1, 2. And then I'm going to build another 23 by 23 portal, making it the third one. And then finally, we're going to have a 3 gap this time, and a final 23 by 23 portal. And once you've done that, it should look a little bit like this, as you can see. And at this point, we should have 4 portals facing southwards. Of course, if we face this way, they are facing northwards. But we are going to make 4 trenches on the south side of these portals. So if we look down the bottom of the map, you can see that each one of these trenches are on the south side. So at the bottom, right? So you can see each one is gone right down the length of each portal, and I've done it to each and every portal. So that is the next step. And once you've made 4 1 deep trenches, what you're going to want to do is place a bucket of water in each corner like this. Alright, sweet. Now we have 4 trenches with water that kind of meets in the middle. It don't quite meet in the middle. So what I'm going to do is show you what to do next. We are basically going to remove these blocks like this, all the way across, including that one. And then I think, yeah, I accidentally removed that. So I'm just going to grab a block and fill that in again. Basically, you can see that we've got 1 center block. So from any side, it doesn't really matter which side, but I would stick the same for each one. So from this side, let's just go 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here, we're going to remove. And then the one next to it here, we're also going to remove. And then we're going to place a sign here and a sign here. So this side, it's 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this side, it's actually 3 blocks. What you're going to want to do is do exactly what I've just done on all 4 streams. Once you've done it to all 4 streams, you should have something that looks like this, as you can see. And they will all meet up in the center. At least they're one off, but it will be okay. At this point, we can start adding some walls around our water streams. So to do that, we're going to add 2 blocks here, and then we'll start here, run all the way down. And once we get to the end, we're going to add another 2 blocks, jump up and run back down. And we're going to do that on all 4 portals. And now we should have 4 portals with walls around the outside of our water streams, a little bit like this. And now we need to add some dispensers. So what I'm going to do is just add all of this like that. And that should be good to go. Now we're going to come around this side and bring a bit there so we can add a dispenser like that. We need to add a block here, and then we're going to jump across like so and add a dispenser like that. Of course, we've already got the right position here, so we can add a dispenser here. Last but no means least, we can add a block here with a dispenser here. And remember to put a piece of powdered snow or a bucket of powdered snow in each one of these dispensers. Of course, we need to link these dispensers up with some redstone. So what we can do is preferably get it into the side. So if they're not going into the side, make sure you got an extra block there. So that should be good to go. So I'm going to run a redstone line down here. And then in front, around about here somewhere, I'm going to make myself a clock. So I'm going to make a little T shape like this. I'm going to remove the center, place a repeater in the center, a torch this side, a piece of redstone that side, and it will make a clock. We can add a lever to the front, and that will allow us to turn it on and off. And then we can link it up on the top, like so. And that should dispense all of our powdered snow. So now, if we flick this on, you can see the powdered snow going in and out. Pretty nice. And now we've got our way to turn off the portals. We actually need a way to light the portals. So we're going to add one to the opposite corner at the top up here. I've already added a block that we need to stand on. You can see here that we need to be 2 from the top. And then we're going to go across 8 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we can go across 3 and then bring it back like this. Also, might consider adding some temporary blocks just here. That way you can do the next step. So I'm going to do that right now. And the next step would be to add some doors onto these blocks. And it will be 8 doors in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're going to want to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So let me remove this. I'm going to add my temporary blocks to the other side. And once again, add 8 doors. I'm going to remove the temporary blocks. Observers, I'm going to miss this one and add an observer here. I'm going to add an observer here and bring it all the way down the line like this. Well, not like that. Let me remove that one and add the final observer. And then we're going to go to the other side, but go the opposite way like this. And what that should do is start a redstone clock. So let's put a block here and a block here. And we can remove the corner blocks like this. Perfect. And now we can actually grab ourselves some lava. So we need 2 per one of these. So we're going to add 1 piece of lava here. And then, yeah, we need to add 1 over there. So I'm probably going to add that one over there first. So add 1 there. And then add 1 there. And that is complete. Now we need to do everything I've just done here on this side. So everything I've done exactly there, I'm going to copy and do it just here. I will be back in a second. One thing I've just found out is, yeah, you don't actually need the temporary blocks. Just stand backwards and add the doors like this. So hopefully that saves you a bit of time. I know it saves me a little bit of time. And now we've got both lighting systems. So we've got 1 there. And then we've got 1 over here as well. And this thing is good to go. Now we're going to continue with our collection system. So we're going to go to one side. It doesn't really matter what side. I'm going to pick this one. And then I'm going to dig down 3 blocks. So this would be 1. And this would be 2. And this would be 3. At this point, I'm going to dig across to link all 4 portals together. And then we'll be able to see all of the collection system linked up. So I'm going to go all the way across right now. And once I've dug this out, I'll show you what it looks like. After it's been dug out, it should look a little bit like this. Now, we're going to need to decipher where both of our Trident killers are going to go. To do that, we're simply going to add some water on each side. So 2 buckets of water this side. And then I'm going to do the exact same this side. Like this. Now, you will see that the water perfectly meets in the middle on this line. We're going to want to ignore these 4 blocks. In fact, this is going to be a wall, but we're just leaving it out. It makes it a little bit easier right now. And basically, our first Trident killer is going to go there. And our second one is going to go there. So we're going to leave 4 blocks in the middle. This does mean you're going to need your sign. So place a sign here and a sign that side. And that will stop the water that side. And then you're going to want to do the same this side. And now we've got the locations of both of our Trident killers. And we've got this little wall in between. So everything I do on this Trident killer, you're going to want to do on this one as well. So first of all, I'm going to want to go down 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Of course, I'm going to want to do that on the other one as well. At this stage, I'm going to want to knock out some blocks like this. And this is going to make enough room for us to start placing our redstone for our Trident killer. Sweet. Once you've got this dug out like this, we're going to put a powered rail in each corner. And going into a powered rail like this, we're going to face into it and place an observer. Make sure that the faces are going into the powered rail, or this will mess up and it won't work. So make sure you place them really, really carefully, and each one should go in facing in the powered rail like that. At this stage, let's put a solid block here, 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 and here. And on top of that, we're going to put a piston like this. So we've got 4 pistons on top of those solid blocks, and then we can put 2 more solid blocks there, 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 and there. And that is basically our Trident killer complete. To finish it off though, let's add 4 hoppers facing downwards. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And like I said, we're going to want to do everything I've just done here on the other Trident killer. At this stage, you should have 2 Trident killers that look a little bit like this, as you can see. Of course, we've not got the Tridents in there just yet. We will put them in at the end. First of all, I'm going to completely seal this wall up. We do not need it anymore. So I'm going to put a block here and seal that up. I'm going to obviously fall down the Trident killer and then fly out. Next step, what we're going to want to do is find the center of the farm, which is this one and this one. And we're going to want to dig down 11. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Of course, we're going to put some ladders on so we can get up and down. At this point, at the bottom of these ladders, we want to go in towards the center of the farm. So we can dig a 3 height like this and go all the way into the center of the farm. Eventually, we'll know when to stop because we'll see the powered rails. As you can see, our powered rails are just here. So now we know when to stop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging out a reasonably big sized room. And I'm going to expose all underneath where the hoppers are. So once I've done that, I'll be back and I'll show you the dimensions of the room. As you can see, the room I've had to dig out is quite a big room. The size of this room is as follows. From each piston, you can see that's a piston just there. I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is a 7 deep room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course 7. And then the length of this room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it goes one behind the Trident killers themselves. And it goes all the way around. At this point, we've got a room that's more than big enough to work with. What we're going to do is go over here with some hoppers. We're going to crouch, and just above this block, we're going to bring a line of hoppers all the way across, facing the same way. So it should be 1 block below those hoppers, as you can see. And we're going to bring it all the way across just to there. And I'm going to remove any strays that I accidentally added. And you can see they all face the same way. And it's 1 block underneath those hoppers. I'm going to do the same that side. And it will look a little bit like this. And to finish it off, we're going to put 2 hoppers going into these hoppers like this. And then, of course, I'm going to do it on the other side. So 2 hoppers going into those hoppers, which go all the way to the walls like that. And now you can add some tracks to the top of those 4 hoppers. Like this. At this point, we are ready to do our sorting systems. What we're going to do that is actually miss out 3 hoppers. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to use this one for the gold ingots, this one for gold nuggets, and this one for rotten flesh. I'm going to do this one by one, and everything I do this side, you're going to want to do exactly the same this side, just the opposite way, obviously, because it faces that way instead of that way. So yeah, let's get on with this. Very quickly, before I do the sorting system, I'm just going to remove 3 blocks high all the way down here, and that will just give me enough room to add the redstone. And that right there is perfect. So we're going to go to the 3 hoppers that we want to be adding the sorting system to. So this one, and this one. Let's add a temporary block to the bottom of this one. And then another one. And let's go behind and add a block here. And then we're going to take that off. And we're going to add another 2 blocks like that. We're going to remove that one, sorry. And that is looking good to go. we're going to have a block just here. We're going to have a gap and then a block just here. So it's like a T-shaped. Let's add some redstone. Let's have a redstone torch here. Let's have a repeater facing this block like that. And some redstone dust like this. All the way across. Of course, we want to get on top. So let me jump up here. And we're going to want to place a repeater, or a comparator, should I say, here. And we're going to want to flick it like that as well. And that is going to be in the perfect position to add our hopper, which we're going to add facing into that comparator like that. And now we can leave this for just a second. And we're going to add 2 double chests here like so, with 2 hoppers going into those double chests like that. At this point, we are going to want to go into the hopper going into that comparator, and we're going to add 41 gold ingots here and 4 items that are never going to go through the system. This is going to stay in the system always, because dried kelp blocks are never going to go through this system. So this will stop at 41, and that will make this locked in and complete. Now only golden ingots can go into that section. I'm going to want to repeat this process for each of the items, and once I've done that, it will look like this. As you can see, each one has stopped at 41, and we're using the dried kelp blocks as holder blocks, and each one of those will sort the items. Of course, we can extend this at a later date in time, adding more chests to collect more items. And once we've done that, we're going to want to add our furnace system. So we're going to add a double chest here, but first of all, let's just add a single one facing this way, and then we can just add this one like that. Perfect. So that's 2 double chests. I'm going to make it a little way up very temporarily and get some hoppers, and basically let's add some hoppers facing down into those double chests. Let's add a couple blast furnaces here, and then we're going to want to go around the back and add those hoppers if we can reach. So 1 there and 1 there, just like that. At this point, we're going to have to dig out a little slither more just here, so that's exactly what I am going to do. We don't have to dig out too much, it's just so we can get the furnace system in place properly. Basically, we're going to want another hopper just here. So we want our furnaces just here. Hopper on the top. Like that. And that is good to go. And then a hopper going down or outwards, so we don't have to go down anymore. So we could have 2 chests just here like so. Or we could just have 1 double chest like that. And then if we go to the back, we can add 2 hoppers into that. So now I'm just going to add 2 hoppers like that, and then I'll just fill up all the gaps. In fact, whilst we're around the back, we may as well add a fuel system. So to do that, all I'm going to do, hopper, and then a couple of chests like that. And then we can add ourselves some fuel. It doesn't matter what fuel, any fuel will do. I'm going to be using the dried kelp blocks. We have it. There is our furnace system complete. Now all we need to do is do everything we've done here, this side. Sweet. And now we've got 2 sorting systems each side like this. And now what we're going to do is simply add our hopper minecarts and tridents, and that will be farm complete. So to add our hopper minecarts, what we're going to want to do is just build a little system like this. Temporarily, we're going to need to remove this powered rail, which yeah, in turn might turn it on. So you may need a couple of levers, or at least 1 lever, to turn it off like that. Once we've removed that powered rail, we're going to get ourselves 2 rails going in like that. You can add a 3rd one if you really want. We're going to crouch on the end, place it, and push it. I'm going to add 4 to each one. You can add some more if you really, really want. I mean, I would advise adding some more if you want. Again, that's entirely up to you. I would probably say 4 minimum, though. Alright, that's the hopper minecarts in. Now, I'm just going to remove this and, of course, replace the powered rail. We've got to make sure it's in the right way, like this. Perfect. And lastly, I'm just going to break away into the Trident killer and add a couple of tridents like this. And then I'm going to fill it up again. And of course, I'm going to do that to both sides. Once I've done that, I can remove any unnecessary blocks. Minecarts and tridents in. What I'm going to do is test the system. So I'll pull this lever, and we should have 2 systems working, which is pretty good. And we can turn it off. So I think we are good to go. I've also made this little thing here. Oh, nice. The noise of the minecarts went, which is pretty nice. They are pretty annoying, to be fair. But anyway, yeah, I've also made this little thing here so I can stand here and gather the XP from both of them. All right, cool. We are now 100% done. As I said, I've added a couple of additional things, including the glass and these little things, just to show what items are going where. So now, yeah, we can literally just turn on the Trident Killer. Remember, we're going to want to hold our looting 3 sword. You can see both Trident Killers are activated. So we're going to go up here right now and turn on the actual system. So as soon as we flick this switch, as you can see, pigmen will start to spawn. And that is looking really nice. So let's go down and watch the pigmen in the kill chambers. And as you can see, there is our pigmen dying in our kill chambers. Loads of pigmen literally come from this farm. And if you do want to get yourself the XP, all you have to do is come underneath the farm like this, and you will be able to collect the XP. So super easy to manage. Of course, you want to be holding a looting 3 sword, so you're going to get the most loot. And all of the loot now should, in fact, be getting sorted into each segment, which is quite nice. We don't have to do any more sorting. We can just wait for the machine to do it ourselves. And, of course, maybe I'll have to extend this because we are going to get a hell of a lot of rotten flesh and stuff like that. So, what the furnace is finally starting to work. So, we're going to get some golden nuggets from here as well. This farm is pretty OP. See, the amount of pigmen coming is a hell of a lot, but it is not jamming up the systems. And that's exactly why I wanted to on this farm. So, there we go. That is all that I've got time for today. I'm going to very quickly go and turn off the system because it's super, super loud. If you make this gold farm, you will never be without gold ever in your survival world. That is all I've got time for today. I'll catch you on the next one.